should be on reading already. Evidence. What? Just make me do EOA already and get the video off your screen.
My reading already doesn't work.
It does not.
It does not.
Did you finish the diagnostic?
I didn't get to do it.
Okay, that's why, because you came in late. Alright, we'll continue with math then, and we're taking the next diagnostic next week, so I'll fix it then. What? But we can still see. So we're just gonna take it through.
Did we get to anything in this one? I'm just confused with the dates and the classes. Where did they get the grades in this one?
They should be, it's like in the second section. what we're gonna do, we are gonna transition. I want you to close your Chromebooks, we're not gonna use them until the very end of class again. And know a couple of you came in late, let's go ahead and get our packets out from yesterday. So we have two things we should have. We should have our graphic organizer, and we should have the reading passage for Simone Biles. Yes, sir. Yeah, you're perfect, good job. We'll use them right at the end of class. Yeah, really. You wanna get that last minute in? Alright. Alright, we got both our packets out. Good job, Matthew. Alright, eyes up here. So what we're gonna do today is we are going to continue reading the article. We're gonna read in small groups today. Alright. And work a little bit more closely. So we're gonna continue the same process that we did yesterday. We are filling out our graphic organizer. Alright, the goal of today is that we will read, and as we read, we will find key details, and we will write them in our chart, and then we will use those key details to figure out what the central or main idea of that section is. Okay? When we're done, both groups are gonna come back together again, and then we're gonna take a short quiz in Study Sync that asks about central idea. We will talk about those questions together because those will be questions that are similar to what you will see tomorrow on the test. Alright, so we will talk through how to figure that out. Okay. Any questions about today? Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start working. Okay, so who can tell me, yesterday we read the section talking about beginnings. How did Simone Biles begin?
Number 7.
Alright.
On the field trip, and then, water, like, it was like bad weather. And then they went to a gym. Yo, she's so funny.
Hey, I'm glad that most of you know it. Continue, alright?
And then, she went to, they stopped at a gymnast, and then she started like marching the other students. And later on, she joined the gym.
Very good, alright. So it was kind of by accident, right? It was raining, they went to gym, and she started copying what they were doing, alright? So if we say mocking, that kind of has a negative connotation, like you're copying someone, making fun of them. So we would say she was copying or maybe mimicking their moves, and the people there, good job, thought that she was doing really well, alright? What did Simone Biles struggle with? What did it talk about her struggles? She wasn't flexible, and what else did she not do well? Huh? Okay, that's good. We're gonna talk about that later, but in this beginning section, what parts of gymnastics? She wasn't flexible. She didn't have a lot of finesse. That's one of our vocabulary words. What does finesse mean? I think that's like a way that it's used now, but we're using a different meaning. Okay, for this meaning, finesse is a noun, and it means that you have grace. Alright, and you're very graceful. Okay, so she wasn't as graceful and delicate. Also, she's delicate. Like, have you seen those people that are really, really tiny, and you look like if you just touch them, they might fall over? Like, that would kind of be finesse, alright, very delicate. She was not that. Good. It also says that she was short. Now, was it a disadvantage or an advantage that she was short? Advantage, very good. So she had certain things. She also struggled with the fundamentals. That's a vocabulary word. What the fundamentals mean?
She did always with easy routines. She did the hard ones, which gave her more points and things else. She had.
And she wrote, was she very delicate?
So she went for that stuff.
So I threw a football.
And so I'm going to flip over.
Alright, Kennedy's gonna tell us what fundamentals are. What are fundamentals?
406.
The basics of something. So she struggled to do the basics. Alright,
Let's
let's
put
get
my
first question
glasses
from
on so I
please.
can
Thank
see
you.
while I read.
Alright, so she struggled with the basics, but what could she do well? What did she do well?
And,
Flips, very good. Alright. She could also jump really high. So we talked about yesterday that the main idea of this whole first section was that there were a lot of things she couldn't do well, right? She didn't have finesse, she didn't have fundamentals, she wasn't as flexible, but she was short and she was very powerful. And when the score changed, that helped her become successful. Yes, sir, you got a question?
So I don't have ISS.
What?
So I don't have ISS.
You do not have ISS today.
Tomorrow?
I am not sure, I think they're still talking about it, so we can talk about that after class. Alright. Okay, I want everyone to turn to page. It doesn't have page, it says 4 out of 6 at the bottom, but we're gonna look at paragraph 8. So in our packet, we look at paragraph 8. Alright, we're going to switch today between you guys reading silently on your own. So yesterday we read out loud. Today we're gonna practice some silent reading. Okay? And then I'm also gonna read some of it to you so we can work on our listening. Okay? So I want everyone right now, I'm gonna give you a few minutes. I want you to read paragraph 8. And I want you to read paragraph 9. This is the next section. And it says, the title says getting serious. What do we think it might be about if it says getting serious?
Her doing difficult tricks.
Okay, can we raise our hand?
Oh, my
A
bad.
few years later, she faced a similar choice when UCLA
Maybe like a
offered
gym
her
teacher?
full
Mhm.
athletic
What else?
scholarship to accept the scholarship and attend
She's
college
locked
for
in.
years.
Mm-hmm.
I also have to give up the opportunity to.
And her doing difficult trips. So yes, it's gonna talk about her training with her gym teachers. Oh, what do you say?
Athletes to make money off their names while you're at
Okay,
home.
yeah, so getting ready for that championship. Yes. So we talk about her beginnings. Now we're gonna say, hey, now she's gonna lock in, right? And she's gonna start training for the really big championship. So I'm gonna set a timer. I think we can finish, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to read. As you read, I want you to pick up a highlighter, and I want you to highlight at least one key detail in each paragraph that you think is very
So,
important.
what are the
Okay?
main, the most important things about this stuff? Here you go. Yes. She had, okay, so she had to drop out, quit public school, she had to start homeschooling and training harder, that is important. So you might wanna write that, she had to start homeschooling and practice math. So that would be on one of your little. Yes, that's what we got. You're done all of it. Okay, so I don't know where y'all are on these, but.
we should be now looking at circle number 2. You can either go across or you can go down. Okay. And Abby, you highlighted something very good. What did you highlight in paragraph 8 that was a good key idea? Very good. Alright, she had to commit more time to training. How many hours a week did she begin to train? 20 hours a week. That's a lot. On the new one that says search for structure. So we should be, so the search for structure is where we're looking at what are we actually reading. Okay. Alright, so let's write that down. Let's write this down on the line. She committed more time to training. She committed more time to training. I think for the first, did you do the first section? Just write them out in the first section. That's a good place. Let's look right there. Alright, so she committed more time to training. Okay. What did someone else, did anyone else highlight something different in that paragraph? Wow, she turned down not just UCLA, but what did she have to UCLA? Was she gonna have to pay to go to school there?
Nope.
No, she had a full ride. Right? Bentley, what would you say?
She would have to give up opportunities for
Endorsement.
deals.
Mm-hmm. What are endorsement deals? Alright.
Like, I say get into this I think, I don't know, I'm just guessing.
Okay, Kennedy, do you know?
It's when people pay you to pay you to be on their team.
Absolutely. It's where people pay you to use their products. I think y'all all familiar with you guys on social media. Yep. Do you ever see famous influencers on social media and they'll be like, oh, I love using this cream on my face.
Promoting.
This is yes, so endorsements are promotion deals. And they will pay people to use their products. So if you're an athlete, Nike may pay you a lot of money to wear Nike clothing. Because then everyone else is gonna want to go out and
Like
wear
they
it.
use that ad to be inspired by something.
Now, here's a question you guys might not know. If you were going to be in the Olympics, can you accept money? So back in 2016, they're kind of looser on that now, but back then, you could not accept money for anything because that made you a professional athlete, and the Olympics were supposed to be for non-professional athletes. So as our key detail, what did she have to do in order to train? She committed to a lot of hours, but she also had to what?
Homeschool.
She had to homeschool. Was she able to go to college?
No.
No. Was she able to get endorsements? No. How can we sum up all those 3 things into one sentence? She had to.
She had to give up on the book she loves just to do something that she
Very
loves.
good, Bentley. Yeah. So let's write that down. So we're gonna write that down on the very next line. She had to give up. Write it right here. She had to give up a lot of things she loved.
Putting it here.
So she committed time to training, and she had to give up a lot of things she loved. She had to give up a lot of things.
So we're gonna go ahead and
College.
paragraph 10.
Endorsements, school. Some of you may be like, oh, well, giving up school wouldn't be so bad. She still had to study, she just had to do it at home. She still had to graduate, she just had to do it
Right.
at home.
In your next
I
class.
can do everything at home.
Well, she didn't get to do it, she didn't get to go to football games, she didn't get to,
If you was to homeschool right
go
now,
to-
you would still have to homeschool.
If you can find something you can highlight, you can
All right.
highlight it, but it's kind of.
now, let's look at the bubble. This is the central idea. So how can you summarize those 2 details into one sentence? What do you think?
Italian participant, the other salty girl that didn't win, so she made her little comment.
Very good. We want to include, so she had to commit a lot of time.
That's a little bit.
Oh, remember, I love that.
Yeah.
She committed time and made sacrifices. To make sacrifice means to give up what you love. So we're gonna combine these and say she committed time and gave up a lot
It's
of
going towards a
things.
technique
And that
that
goes in the
opens up new
circle.
new chances.
So this is for our main idea, so we combine it, so we say that, committed time and gave up things.
Eastern European.
So we'll combine these two into one main idea right here, okay? And then next time it's okay now, this is in the graphic organizer, but when we do like one section, we'll put all the details for one section next to the other. Okay, so we'll read the
And the
next
next
section.
paragraph, 11, yes, you're writing about
Okay.
on your.
So she gave up a lot of
So your
time
next
and things in order to be successful.
paragraph
Okay,
11.
so a couple things, this is a new graphic organizer that we are using.
She faced negative comments about when she was in the video. She faced negative comments about an interracial relationship, because in the video, she played someone's, girlfriend, and people criticized her because the guy.
Alright, can you take your Chromebook to tech room, please?
And she's not.
There's nothing wrong with my
So
comment.
she faced
What?
So there's nothing wrong with my
She
comment.
just wants to look at it.
negative comments. Alright, so write that on your back, on your back.
No, he's good. It is, if you go downstairs, far into the 690B hallway,
This is
Uh,
when people
the,
start questioning.
assistant principal's there.
Her and jokes about her family.
He'll tell you.
And
Just
when
find
she
Mr.
was
Winchell and
five,
he'll tell you.
like, she doesn't have a relationship
Alright,
with her
so,
biological
when we found this
mother
graphic
at all.
organizer, I'm gonna
She
read you
only
the next
speaks to her
section.
biological mother
We're gonna
every
pick this
once in a
circle right
while.
here, so everyone see this circle?
She was briefly.
This is
in
gonna be
foster
the circle
care.
for our
So, I
third
mean, she didn't have,
section.
like, the easiest
When we write key
childhood.
details, we're gonna write all the details for this section beside this circle, okay?
How is she?
That's okay, do you wanna do the circle over here? The big thing is, when we read a section, we put all the details for that section beside one circle, okay? So some of us, it's okay, we're putting key details around different circles, but we wanna kinda say like this is, right here is one section, and this is another section, okay? So we know that just for next time. Alright,
Yeah.
I want you to go in your packet, your article, let's look at paragraph 10. Paragraph 10. Alright, I want you to put your finger on paragraph 10, so I know we're there.
So, but she faced a lot of
Alright,
scrutiny.
I'm going to read it to you, but here's what I want you to do. As I read, I need you to highlight key details, alright? So I'm gonna give you a break in reading, I'm gonna read along with me, and highlight key details as I read, okay?
She considers them her.
Alright, this one is called Challenges of Fame. I think this is the one we've all been waiting to get to, right? What does she struggle with? Alright. Yep, struggles with fame. And we're gonna see how it affected her life.
Media
So,
scrutiny.
paragraph 10. The first black gymnast to win any medals during an Olympics competition were Dominique Dawes and Betty Aquino in 1992. No black athlete won an individual gold medal at an Olympics gymnastics event until Gabby Douglas in 2012.
Famous, they wanna just.
Douglas,
think
Dawes,
they
and
do work
Aquino
together.
were all subjected to racially charged criticisms. Since she became a national figure, Biles had to deal with similar issues. After she won the World Championships in 2013, an Italian participant named Carlotta Ferlito responded with negative comments. She said, next time we should paint our skin black so we can win too.
Racism and gossip.
Instead of denouncing Ferlito's remarks, an Italian spokesperson added, the current trend in gymnastics is going toward a technique that opens up new chances to athletes of color, well known for power, while penalizing the elegance of typical Eastern Europeans. What is
So
our
just
key
make sure you
detail
put
in that
something in there about her mental.
What was the
health.
challenge she faced?
She faced mental
Yeah.
health challenges because she was.
Racial comments, very good.
That's what happened to me last year at my elementary school.
Really?
People would call me
Alright, so
crack.
Really?
Well, I'm not actually white.
the biggest thing
That's-
is always remember this.
I don't like them that at all. So let's highlight, what do you think we should annotate? What do you think we should highlight? Which sentence? Kayla, what'd you highlight? Where she won the world championship? Which sentence has to do with racism
Alright.
after she won the world? Very good. After she won the world championship, an Italian participant named Carlotta Ferlito responded with negative comments. We can highlight that. Did anyone highlight
When
something
you were
different?
in, if you are training to be an Olympic athlete, you can't be, you can't
write it out.
Yeah, but you can't really, because then. she
All right, let's go to
won't
paragraph
be
11.
15.
In October 2016, Biles appeared in a music video
But
for
she
the
wanted to
song
be over
Overnight
10, that's why
with
she made
recording
it.
artist Jake Miller. In the video, Biles is portrayed as Miller's girlfriend. This led to negative comments about interracial relationships.
On
Miller is
paragraph
white.
14.
It also led to
I was
outright
just so
racism
stressed,
directed
I
at
didn't know how
Biles.
to deal with
In
it.
response, she tweeted,
So
"Everyone
you might wanna
forgets
say
that I
something
have
there that
feelings."
She didn't know how. to
So what do
deal
we
with
see
stress.
in the next paragraph, in paragraph 11?
That they don't
So
know
she
what
was
to do.
stressed and didn't know how to do it.
That they disagreed with a black person dating a white person.
All white people are considered.
So let's highlight our key detail in paragraph 11. You can do two in one paragraph, that's okay. All right, let's find something to highlight in paragraph 11.
Alright, so.
All right, now we're gonna go on. Let's look at paragraph 12.
Alright, so not done yet.
During the 2016 Olympics, Biles also faced intense media scrutiny about her family. She doesn't have a relationship with her biological father, only occasionally speaks to her biological mother.
Not done yet.
She was briefly in foster care as a toddler. At age 5, she was adopted by her grandparents, Ron and Nellie Biles, whom she refers to as her parents. She didn't give her upbringing much thought until it became a topic of conversation at the
So y'all
Olympics.
read 15.
Biles
to
told
yourself,
BuzzFeed
and
that
then
the interest in her
tell me what
family
you
is
think
just
is
kind of
important
thrown
in
at her,
paragraph
and it's weird to talk about. Ultimately, she said in an interview with US Weekly, "My parents are my parents and that's it." So what did she struggle with in paragraph 12, as well as the racism?
Family problem.
People talking about her family, right? So she doesn't have a relationship with her biological father.
That's his family problem.
Yes, she had family problems. Her mother was unable to care for her and her sister, so she was adopted by her grandparents. And so when she was 5, she was adopted by her grandparents, and a lot of people talk negatively about that, right? And it was unfair, she felt, that just because she's famous, people could talk about her family.
And tell me what.
Exactly.
The most important thing.
But if you're famous, do people think it is their business? So if you're famous, people think everything's their
Which
business.
one?
Alright, let's now look at paragraph 13.
She was confronted,
Paragraph
she was
13.
confronted by racism.
Racism
bullying.
and gossip have taken an emotional toll on
Anything
Biles.
else I think is important? in
Gymnastics
that?
can be mentally
What
challenging.
about her
Training with
commitment to
tough
holding
coaches
that
like Martha
emphasis in the
Karoli,
gym
who
and her
oversees the
willingness to
US
make
women's
tough
team,
decisions.
makes it even
So,
tougher. According to
yeah, I would
Texas
say
Monthly, Biles started working with a sports
she
psychologist named Robert Andrews
faced
to help in that
challenges,
area.
but
She was afraid that something was wrong with her if she needed
That's
to
gonna
talk
be
to
an important
Andrews.
thing to know.
He did his best to convince her that it wasn't true, and that the other top athletes also spoke to him about their anxieties. At first, not much
Because she
changed.
faced
Biles hit a mental wall at the 2013 Secret US Classic. It was her worst performance as a pro.
challenges.
As BuzzFeed described it, she fell from the uneven bars, bobbled on the beam, and almost fell off. Next came floor, typically her best piece, where she fell to her knees after twisting double back somersault. Biles' longtime personal coach, Amy Borman, removed her from the rest of the competition for her own safety. She could have done something that could have ended her career right then and there if I let her compete. I could tell that her mind wasn't where it needed to be, Borman told
Regardless of
BuzzFeed.
whether she competes.
After that competition, Biles invested more time with Andrews. She also had some productive heart-to-hearts with Borman and Crowley. Her anxieties lessened. Now, she can often be seen laughing during events while her teammates and opponents are understandably more nervous. I think I was just trying to live up to everyone's expectations and that I kind of got lost in competing. I was just so stressed. I didn't know how to deal with a lot of it, Biles
Do you
told
know what it
BuzzFeed.
means to exemplify?
Alright. Give me a second, I want you to highlight 2 things. One in paragraph 13 and one in paragraph 14 that you think are important.
So I think you need to write down the sentence, so Simone Biles simplifies, where am I, exemplifies what it means to be an Olympic champion. So she's not only good at being an athlete, are you getting this written down? She is, that's good, she's close to perfect as she can be.
My daughter.
She overcame them. She didn't let herself make her quit. She didn't let her
like
make childhood.
I think maybe because your hair is white, it makes your eyes look darker. I think that's it.
And she just kept trying, she kept working, she kept doing her best. Alright.
Okay, let's look at our little bubble on our chart. Alright, what are some key details that we need to add to our chart?
So let's look. We've got,
Mhm.
she wants you guys to go to
I think you jumped
the
right.
summarize essential ideas.
Good, people making fun of her affected her performance, so let's write that down.
What do
So
you
what you would
think
write,
is the central idea of this
let's
whole
write your, what you highlight, article, this, and write it right here. So what we're doing is we're gonna look back at what we highlighted and we're gonna write those as our key details. So we said she faced a lot of people making fun of her and affect her mentally. What else did we say she faced?
Main idea is about the whole small models.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the Olympics. What's the main
What else did
idea?
she
What's
face?
the author
What?
wanting you to?
Very good. She had a lot of anxiety.
That she
Very good.
didn't know what gymnastics was, and she like started it.
What
and
else
then
did she face? We
had
had
to face all these
anxiety.
problems.
Problems, yes.
So we,
So that is
we're writing what we
really the central
highlighted.
idea
So what
of
did
the
she
whole
face? You tell me, what did
passage.
she face?
Really, I would say a lot is she faced.
Okay, so let's write anxiety down. And the other one was,
Or she faced challenges,
people
but
talked about her.
overcame.
and it
That
upset
is
her.
the main point.
Not just her, what did they talk about?
So
Her,
you need to
her
write
family. Very
four
good.
central ideas, so
That's
you
one thing
can
I'll
say,
do.
Amen.
you all four, so just do one. Just do.
You can say all you want about me, say something about my daughter.
Problems,
Yep.
overcame.
Alright, and then what was the other thing that she struggled with? Hmm?
You know, Erin in your sixth grade.
Mhm.
This one started to be my Miss Book class right here in sixth grade.
Okay, well, let's focus on some of the files. Sorry, can we close the Chromebook, please? Get back on track. Alright, what is the other thing that she struggled with? Huh? Problems with her parents? Problems with her parents?
Probably the better than popular.
And what was the big thing the first two paragraphs talked about? She faced, remember we talked about the Italian report, the Italian gymnast? Racism, very good, she faced racism.
Alright, I was just saying that she faced challenges, but was able to overcome them. It says
So
before,
what do we
central
think,
ideas, but
if we were to sum all of that we just set up, what would we put in our circle as, what was the main idea of all of those paragraphs? What did they all have
I
in
think y'all would
common?
be able to overcome them. Like the people that the news was talking about. Okay, you just. go
Bentley?
on.
She had big struggles.
was
in her
You
life.
just go on.
Very good, so in our bubble, we're gonna say the central idea is, she had big struggles in her life.
I wanna get eliminated.
So then our central idea, when we do the central idea, we've gotta sum up everything we talked about. In the circle on the side. This one's gonna be for the entire part. Right here. She faced many struggles, right? We can't just say she faced racism, because that's just one detail. We can't just say she had mental struggles like anxiety, because that's just one detail. We have to cover all of them. We're gonna say she had many struggles. We are almost done with this article. Alright, honey. Right now, can you go to paragraph 15? Okay, everyone go to paragraph 15. I want you to read paragraph 15 and 16 and highlight what you think is a key detail in the last section of this article.
I know that
So we're
another
gonna go to paragraph 15 and 16,
is
and I want you to read it and highlight one key detail in those last two
What
paragraphs.
you thought it was gonna be about, and then you're going to, if you like, I think it was showing up okay, right here. What you thought the article was gonna be about, and then what it was about. do two things that are the same about what you thought it was gonna be about, and two differences from what you thought it was gonna be about. Like, maybe you didn't realize that you were gonna read about her challenges as mental health challenges.
So we should be moving into paragraph sixteen.
You were writing
16?
Oh.
Let's try to get something highlighted in 15.
I highlighted it, but I don't know what I highlighted in my mind.
You can just underline it if you don't want to highlight it. Oh, I'm gonna here highlight it.
Oh, wait, how did you find?
I think it fell off
At the
anyway.
beginning, and did you have you guys write them on the paper, what you thought, or just predict it in your head?
Like predicted from the paper.
So what you thought the article was gonna be about, and what it ended up being about, two things that were the
I
same.
think most of us are moving on to 16 now. Let's get something highlighted.
From what you thought in your head, and what you, like, maybe you didn't think she would have had any challenges, maybe you thought she had this little great childhood. Maybe you thought, now, when you made your prediction, I really read it up today. The prediction you made up today in your head, how is it similar to what the article was about, and how is it different? About the similarities? If you did not actually.
What the world?
Okay, what happened?
It's just
Two
like
things that were the same, and then two things that were different. Like, maybe you thought, before you read the article, and you read it, maybe you thought that she, sorry about that, here, was from a rich family. Right, it's different because she actually had a hard childhood. Or maybe you thought that.
What do we think was the key detail in paragraph 15? River?
So, what are you gonna say?
Good, she finally started ignoring the comments, alright? And what did you highlight? I like what you highlighted. Very good. She confronted her racism and bullying. So did she rise above it? Yes. Alright. And then what about paragraph 16? What is that telling us?
How she came up with
I realized she was
And
not.
we finished.
She had.
Good job. She's really strong-willed and she keeps going. What vocabulary word means that you're strong-willed and you keep going? Resolute. Very good. Alright. So if we sum all that up, let's go to our chart. Alright, what would we write in our circle to say our central idea was? What's the main point of both of those? What's the main point of both of those paragraphs? That she is very determined. Yeah, so we're gonna write in our last one. She is determined. In this one right here. She is determined. She overcame her struggles. So we're gonna put that she's determined and she overcame her struggles.
Like, I might would've watched the video and predicted that she was like.
The last outside bubble, yes sir, because that's gonna be about the last one. So it'll be this one, whichever one you left.
Alright. Would you have ever thought she got her started gymnastics because
Thank you, guys.
of rain, because of bad weather,
Alright,
because of,
still writing. And overcame her struggles. Now,
the biggest.
let's look at this center
takeaway
circle.
from
It's too small to write in, so down here at the bottom, we're gonna write a central idea for the entire article.
that even though
So,
she faced
what, we talked here about that she faced, she had some things that were good about her and some things that she struggled with, right? And then we talked here about how she was very committed and had to give up a lot of things for training. Alright, and then we talked here about how she was an elite gymnast, right? Those are some key points. And then we have our final key point that she overcame her struggles. So what is a sentence that we could say that talks about the fact that she's an elite athlete, that she had a lot of struggles, alright, and then the final ending. I saw your hand first, Kate.
haven't checked it in. Well, then you can clarify, like, what would you say in the end? What did you say?
Okay, she overcame problems but still became a famous athlete. Bentley, what would you say?
Okay.
She was strong and came through a lot of challenges.
Somebody that's saying she's strong.
Still came out strong. Now, good job. Did either of you include in that
Not
that she was an
just, she's
elite athlete?
definitely physically strong, cause y'all saw her.
So we want to include that. So keep what you said, but let's add to the athlete part, Kennedy.
She's also strong because she now, but if someone is strong in the article, she still has.
Why don't we say both?
She
You wanna
still
say
has
both?
like a little mental, like, not like a total mental breakdown, but close in the Olympics.
So let's put that. Simone Biles was an elite.
Even strong people have.
Simone Biles was an elite and famous athlete
Do you agree? Think of the
Right.
strongest person you know.
who, I love how you said it,
At some
overcame
point,
many
there's something-
struggles.
They may just have a day.
Simone
or
Biles
an
was
hour
an
or something
elite
with something
athlete,
so
right?
hard that it's hard for them
But
to deal with mentally.
The whole second half of the article is about how she overcame many struggles. So we've got to include
She was
both
strong
parts of the
physically,
article.
She's
an elite athlete.
She did.
But she overcame many
She
struggles.
didn't get on TV
Except
screaming
for
at
me.
people
It's fake.
We'll put that up,
and
please.
fighting. She was
It's
able
fake.
to handle it gracefully.
It is. I used to work at a bank.
And
Huh?
now most
It
people
is.
are
I
saying,
just
"Oh,
said,
environment."
he tried to make that
Probably still
joke.
has some haters that are just jealous.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now,
She used to work for a baby.
Make sure y'all have your name on both of them, just in case.
How much did they take? What's it?
how much? I didn't make much. What?
Bruh. Bruh, come on.
Oh, you wanna like actually make money, okay. I was like, don't we all wanna make money? Alright.
Where my money goes, she makes more money than the police.
And I don't know the answer to this, but y'all know what I do wonder about.
Okay, guys, I want. Miss Aiken, are you good if we go over the quiz? I wanna hit the quiz really quickly. Alright, everybody,
Alright, so now you're.
pencils down, highlighters down, turn so you can see the board. We're gonna go through a question that you might see tomorrow. Okay, so, Bentley, can I have your attention, please? Thank you. Alright, so, one of the most common questions you will see is what we call a two-part question. It will give you a passage to read, and it will ask you about central ideas, and then it will ask you what sentence best sums that up. Alright? So this one is talking about the last two paragraphs, where it says, Biles is an exceptional athlete, yet her commitment to that athleticism in the gym and her willingness to make tough choices are what truly sets her apart. Along the way, she has gracefully leapt over many hurdles. She has confronted racism and bullying. She has learned to accept the mental challenges that come with competing on the world's biggest stages. And few athletes have been able to stay so resolute. Simone Biles is not done either. She plans to continue participating in domestic and international gymnastics events. She's even hinted at a desire to make another Olympics run in the 2020 Games in Tokyo when she will be 23. Regardless of whether she competes at the next Olympics, Simone Biles already exemplifies what it means to be an Olympic champion in a sport where a perfect 10 scores no longer exist. She's as close as they come to the perfect gymnast. Alright, now let's look at this question. What statement best summarizes the two central ideas developed throughout the text? So think, what was the first part of our text about? What did it talk about in the first part? Someone raise their hand and tell me. Remember? She was an elite gymnast, right? Can we agree to that? What did the second part of the text talk about? What did the second half of our article? Her life, and what particularly in her life? What did she face in her life? Many challenges. Alright, so we've got two central ideas. One, she's an elite athlete. Two, she faced a lot of challenges. Okay? So we've got to find an answer that combines both of those. So with your highlighter, want you to write on the back of your packet what you think the correct answer is. A, Simone Biles was a struggling gymnast, and her willingness to work hard made her great. B, Simone Biles is a fantastic gymnast, but she would be better if she worked harder. C, Simone Biles is a talented and powerful gymnast whose natural gifts set her apart from other athletes in her sport. And D, Simone Biles is an amazing gymnast, and her ability to work hard and overcome obstacles is what makes her an incredible athlete. So which of those answers covers both ideas in the text? Can you use this to write your answer down? What do you think it is?
Can I just write the letter?
Just write the letter. Yes, ma'am, just write the letter. Which one can we eliminate automatically? Caden? Why can we eliminate B? Bentley? Why can we eliminate B?
Because she was always working hard.
Yeah, she was always working hard, right? So we can eliminate B. Is there another one we can eliminate?
Yeah.
C? Why can we eliminate C?
Because she never had, it wasn't natural, she had to work for it.
Very good. She didn't have a lot of natural gifts. She was strong. She had to work for it. Can we eliminate another one? A. Why can we eliminate A? Which one? Willingness means she was okay with working hard. Did she struggle as a gymnast? I mean, she won 6. How many gold medals did she win?
6.
Yeah, I wouldn't say she was struggling. So what is our answer? What do we put? D, very good. Because she is an amazing gymnast, and her ability to work hard is what made her an incredible athlete. That talks about both parts. Okay. Now let's look at the very last question. What sentence? Hey, don't crack up yet. What sentence best supports that answer? So what sentence talks about she was an amazing gymnast and she had to overcome struggles? Ari, honey, sit down, please. Don't crack up until I tell you something. Okay. I want everyone to write what you think your answer to B is on your packet, and you're going to turn that packet into me so I can see if we got it right. Okay? The packet is going to be the one with the circles. So I want you to write the answer to the second question on your packet and then turn it into me. So Ari, honey, can we get our packet back out and write your answer and turn it into me? Yep. Huh? Yep, write the answer on the back. And then we're going to turn it in. Put the answer on the back and turn it into me as you. And maybe write the next one down here. Yeah. Thank you. Make sure your name's on it. That's it, yeah. And then once you hand it to me, good job, you may go. What? Yes. You can. Good job, guys. Good job, guys.
Get up out of here.
Oh, you're right there. All right, please pack up and clean up. Leave the highlighters on the desk. That's okay because this is only one. All right. Once I have your work, you may do I